Welcome to day 22 of the Daily Deer. Let's go take a walk in the deer woods. Today's quote is, "A hunter's knowledge of the land is his most valuable weapon." That is from the one and only Fred Bear. And Mr. Bear is 100% spot on, right? The more we can learn about the land, about food sources, about deer movement, and how the land that we're actually hunting is affecting deer movement, the more dangerous we can be in the woods as we try to fill our tags. And if we dig a little bit more granular on this, right, let's talk a little bit about acorns. So obviously acorns are a critical food source for deer throughout the fall and the winter. I think most hunters are aware of that. If you get more granular than that, right, you look at red oak acorns versus white oak acorns, right? Deer are generally going to prefer white oak acorns over red oak acorns. And that's because they're just a little bit sweeter. So, and if you're paying attention to where water sources might be, right, you might have deer that prefer your white oak acorns that are closer to water. So again, there's so many little pieces here that can affect how deer are moving where you're at. Even as we get into January here, right, leftover mast, mast is considered any nuts or fruit that drops off of trees or other woody browse. Any leftover mast can still attract whitetails, especially if other food sources are depleted. You can look for turned over leaves, other acorn caps that might be on the floor of the woods, right? So look for those areas, and you might find a place where deer are still coming to browse this late in the year, whether you're scouting or if you've got a little bit of season left. So keep an eye out for that. You can scout hardwood ridges, any oak flats. If you're out there, right, and you're starting to pay attention to this stuff a little bit more, right, we pull out our phone, we pin that spot. Whether that helps us this year or next year, you've got a place that it's probably going to attract deer, in subsequent years, right, if there's acorns on the ground there. Today's takeaway is understanding the role of mast crops, particularly acorns, in deer diets, is going to put you one step closer to filling your tag. It's that simple, right? As Fred Bear said, right, knowledge of the land is our most valuable weapon. So let's continue to increase our knowledge as we become better hunters on our own individual hunting journeys.